So I'm here with my old friend Esther Abrami in the incredible Wilton Music Halls, and I'm ashamed to say I've never been here before.
I've never been either.
It's an amazing
stunning.
place. We could be doing a programme about that.
Yeah.
I'm sure we will. But so you are. Let's go back a bit history, because I seem to have known you for years. You were actually a student at Royal Birmingham Conservatoire
Yes.
when I was still principal there. So we talked to Anna Lapwood quite recently, and you do share in common this incredible following on social media. So what have you got? You've got Instagram, right?
Yeah.
And how many have you got on there?
About 260,000 or something like that.
And
yeah.
was that the first one you started doing?
That was, yeah. Instagram was the very first one I kind of started doing things on, and then YouTube. I did it on TikTok.
And you're on TikTok too?
Yes.
How's that gone? I haven't looked at that.
It's good, yeah. About 400,000 people on there.
So do you do like different kind of videos for each one?
I think, I kind of had to adapt for TikTok because that's a very different type.
Short, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's different type of audience, and I guess it's, as you said, that's something that we share with Anna, and we get on great on that aspect of things, because with TikTok, it's a platform that's not meant for classical music. You know, with YouTube, you can kind of post like longer videos, and with TikTok, it's a very different concept. So what you have to do is kind of try and be clever about how you can portray classical music and make it fun and attractive to people in a very short, like a minute or even less sometimes. And I guess that's the challenge, but it's also the fun thing, is trying to take trends from other things and apply them to classical music.
Ladies and gentlemen, Esther Abrami.
I really love was a very early one with your cat.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's just brilliant.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm a big animal lover generally, and also cat lovers.
So the traditional way was always that the great musician comes on the stage in the tales, well, for men anyway, all this kind of thing. But do you feel that your social media everything has brought you in a much closer contact with the audience, individual members of the audience?
Yeah, it has, and I love that. I love the actual contact with people. That's why I did music in the first place. I loved being close to people and sharing the passion with them, and it's been great over the years. I've seen, I try to also do sometimes educational videos where I'll show how to play, and also just showing my journey and showing that it's not because you're 14 and you're nowhere near playing as a soloist with an orchestra that you're not going to be able to make a career out of music.
I think that's really important.
And it's so important to know that, because a lot of people get discouraged when they're teenagers thinking it's too late.
People develop at different times.
Exactly.
So you're going to play us something, aren't you?
Yes, of course.
Well, what are you going to play?
Maybe I can start with a piece by Louise Farranc. It's an arrangement from her cello and piano sonata.
Yeah. So, what's the story behind that one?
I basically just discovered this music on Spotify. There was hardly any streams on it, to be honest. And I listened to it and loved the theme. I fell in love with the theme.
It's beautiful.
And I thought it would be beautiful on the violin. Let's arrange it.
Yeah. And you've also started a podcast called Women in Classical.
Yes, that's
right.
And
I mean, that's not just musicians either, is it? It's sort of people in the
industry. The industry. And the point of it was to sit down with different women across the industry and to talk about the way our career have developed, and also the challenges that we can face. A lot of things have, sometimes not being said and being kept, between closed doors. So it felt really nice to connect and to feel this community of women within the music industry.
So now they are being said, and
Yes,
that's great.
exactly.
And it also leads on a little bit to your new album.
Yes.
Cinema.
Cinema.
It's called Cinema
Yes.
because you feature quite a lot of female composers on
Yes.
there, quite rightly.
Yes, exactly.
And also the films are very much your choice, the extracts
Yes.
from the films and the music, because they were films that you loved as a child.
Exactly, yeah. I've tried to make a selection. I mean, in anything I do now, let it be recording albums or concert rep, I always try and include music composed by women, and I love discovering it as well. It's really a fun thing. It's like, you know, I've studied music for a long time now, and I'm still discovering music, which is great.
We always will. I mean, there's so much.
Exactly,
there. Just so much.
Absolutely.
I think undiscovered still. Something else you play?
Yes, of course. Maybe I can play an excerpt from a piece of my new album, Cinema. I love animes, movies, and I love Naruto, so I recorded the music from that. So maybe I can play an excerpt from that.
Great. I mean, you really bring the full sound to it, which obviously it has a big backing on your
It does,
album.
exactly. There should be an orchestra behind me.
So these are lovely slow melodies. Are there any fireworks on the album?
Yeah, there is. There's one. I love the movie Hunger Games. I love the books. Actually, I fell in love with the books when I was a teenager, and so when the movie came out, I was so excited. And there's a particular song called "The Hanging Tree," which I love. So I arranged that for violin. In the end, it's got a little nice cadenza. Maybe I can
let's hear.
play that.
So I guess doing an album based on movie music is a way of making the classical music more accessible.
I think it can be a great bridge. I think film music generally reaches a lot of people and it speaks to a lot of people. And I think generally, sometimes I think what's lacking in classical music to really make it accessible and relatable to people is storytelling. And I think that's why sometimes film music is working so
and I think also
great.
that the stigma of writing classical composers writing film music, that's completely gone.
Yeah.
In the days of Benjamin Britten, who did one tiny score for a night mail movie, I mean, it was not considered to be the thing to do. But there's some fantastic composers now writing film music, really, really great stuff, and makes the films.
Yeah, there is, and I think it is. It's a great bridge, and I hope that with this cinema album I can do that, and I can bring in a new audience, and that's why I try and always do create bridges so that then people, you can listen to film music, and next on you can maybe see something from my first album that was classical from my EP, and that's how you make links in and you bring people in. I think the great thing about actually kind of building your own career in your own way, of course there's the challenges because sometimes it shocks people, sometimes within the industry people are not used to this, and so they might not like it, but the good side of this is that you can actually create a career completely kind of tailor-made for yourself.
Exactly.
And the way you want and what really reflects who you are. It's so important to really kind of listen to yourself. What do you want to bring? What's something new and unique that you can bring and that you really care about personally? And I think that's the great thing when you know, for example, with social media, I can now use this channel to actually share what I really care about.
Up and down a city street while trying to put my mind at ease, like finishing this melody. This feels like a necessity, so this could be the death of me, or maybe just a better me. Now coming with the Tiffany's and take a shot of Hennessy. I know I'm not that mentally, but you could be the remedy. So let me play my violin for you.
That was Julian Lloyd-Webber speaking to Esther Abrami.